Hi everybody, my name is April and today we're going to do a little virtual paint party because Tracy talked me into it. I am a little bit nervous, so bear with me. So what you'll need is just get all your stuff out that you're going to need. So some water to clean your paintbrushes off. Get your paintbrushes. You need some small ones, medium ones, and a bigger one. Some paper towel to, just get this light up, there we go. Some paper towel to wash your brushes off, clean them off after you rinse them. And then you're going to need your paint, of course. So I'm using blue for the background. And then there's going to be, I suppose I'll show you what we're doing, I guess. So this is, if you can see that. We're going to try to do that little guy. That's not mine, so mine might not end up looking quite like that, but we're going to try. So the blue for the background. And then I used, for the color, I didn't have that color the dog was, so I've sort of made my own color, and it's going to be brown, orange, and yellow, and just kind of mix them till you kind of get close to this orangey brown color. And of course, and then you'll need a plate or something to put your paint on. So I'm just going to turn this over here. I hope everybody can see. I already painted my background just so it could dry. So you guys can start by taking your big brush and using your blue or whatever color you want your background to be, and then just color that all in with your color. And then don't forget, do your sides. So if you like your painting and you want to end up hanging it on the wall, it'll look nice. Okay, so you guys go ahead and do that. Get that started. So then once you have that done, the first thing you're gonna paint on, you're gonna take your three colors, your brown, your orange, your yellow, mix them together if you want your dog to be that kind of orangey color, or you can make them whatever color you want, brown, black, white, whatever. That's totally up to you. So you're gonna take your color that you're going to do your dog, and we're going to do his head first. So his head is, I guess it's kind of shaped like an Easter egg. It's the best way to describe it. So you're going to put on here, and we're going to do an oval for his head. Probably right about here, halfway down the page or so. I'm just going to make a big oval. Oops. There we go. And we're going to fill that all in. So hopefully this can get our minds off of the situation that we're in right now and have a little bit of fun with our kids and just forget about all that craziness going on out in the world. Thanks to Tracy. Can't say no to her, so. You're just going to fill that head in. Again, just like an Easter egg. That's what it kind of reminds me of. My thing keeps moving here. Just gonna make sure you spread all that paint out. You don't have it too thick. And I just try to go in the same direction if you can. Spread that all out. There we go. Now, down on the, so you're going to leave it, it's going to be, like, you're going to come down to his cheeks here, I guess. And we're just going to kind of fluff it out a bit. It doesn't need to be perfect. It's just going to be like his fur coming out. And we're going to go right down to about, to where his chin would be, I would say. And you're going to do the same thing on the other side. so about halfway or so, a little bit, just some fur some fur. You can always touch it up. I know. Touch it up a little bit. This side looks better than the other side. Stand back and take a look at it. Get that up there a little bit more. And bring that down a little bit further. There. Now we're going to do his ears. So right up to the top of his head, but over to the side a little bit. We're just going to bring our paintbrushes up the mountain and then come down. And then I'm going to start over here a little bit over, a bit more paint. And we're going to go up the mountain and then down. There. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm just going to turn this for a minute so it's a little bit easier for me. Okay. See that? And then we're going to fill that in. Those little ears in. And then the same thing on the other side. I'm just going to turn it again, guys, just so we can get that better. I'm just going to fix my little hair there. Try to fix this side. There, that's good enough. I'm happy with that. I see that you might have to just kind of wait till it dries a bit and then go over your dog's color again. Because the blue's kind of showing through. Probably have to go over that. Or not. Oops. Okay, and then up on his ears, it's going to be the same thing kind of that we did with his little cheeks, with the fur. So I'm just going to grab a little bit of a smaller brush for that. So I'm going to go down a little bit because his ears aren't quite as big. So it's kind of not right from the start. We're just going to go about a quarter way down up his ear. And then just do little swishes, And that's going to go all the way up to here. Not quite down to his head. I'm just going to do that all the way down and around. Again, it doesn't need to be perfect. It's his fur. It's all for fun. There, I'm happy with that. So I'm just going to turn mine so I can do this over here, this side. It's the exact same thing we just did. I probably should have used this one down on his little hair. It would have been a lot better, but it's okay. On his cheeks. It's the first time I'm doing this one too, so kind of just learning myself, I guess, as I go. Usually I'll always have one done when I do these, so that I know I can actually do it. So we're just kind of winging it. So there, that's his little head. So we're gonna let his face dry before his head dry before we put his face on. I just want to add a little bit more paint because I can see that through. There. Add that on there. There. Just going to take this small brush and see if I can define this a little bit more. Yeah, that's good enough. Happy with that. So then for his body, it's going to be the same color whatever you're doing him. What color you're doing him there. So his neck is going to start right from the little, where the hairs stop. And it's just going to come in a little bit, and then you're just going to go out like his shoulders and then right down to the bottom of your page. Super simple. And we're going to do the same thing on this side. Just in for his neck a little bit, and then out, make his shoulders, and then come all the way down. There. And then once you get it on there, you can kind of fix it so that it looks sort of even. Even-ish. And then we're going to do the same thing. I'm just going to sit down for a minute while I do the bottom part. We're going to fill his body all in. I'm just sort of doing kind of small strokes to maybe give it a furry look. My color's not really the same as that other dog, but that's okay. Didn't quite have that color, so. It's a nice, easy painting. Hopefully it turns out. There we go. And I think what I'm going to do for mine, just to kind of give it a little bit of other color in there, I'm going to go with a little bit of yellow. See what that does. So I'm just going to rinse my brush off. Oh, let's just go another one here. Sorry. I'm just experimenting. I don't know how this is going to turn out. So you don't have to do this part if you don't want to. But I just want to kind of give them a little bit of a different kind of color in there. I'm going to mix it in. Yeah, that looks alright. A little bit more yellow in there. just to give them a little bit of definition, I guess. A little bit of color. Just blend that in a little bit. Mix orange. Just try to blend it if you're going to end up kind of doing that, just to give it a little bit of extra color in there. It's not so plain. Just really honestly don't know what I'm doing, so. Tracy talks me into these things all the time. I can't say no to her because I love her, so. And she knows it. Guy's kind of uneven here a little bit. Okay, like I said, notice mistakes, it's paint, so we can just gotta go over it and go from there and see what we get. I'm going to put a little bit of white in him, I think. Don't worry, I'm not even really cleaning my brush off when I'm going through these colors, just because it's kind of blending. So, it's like, whatever. I'm going to do his ears. A bit of white in there. Like I said, my dog's not going to look the same as that one I showed you guys. It's just something to sort of go by. I like the white. The white looks good. Alright. I think I'm happy with what I got going on here. I don't want to mess it up too much. Alright. So what I'm going to do now, just to let his face dry, I'm going to do the paws in behind. So those little, oh, what did I do? I'm going to do little paws in behind while the face dries. So those are pretty simple. They're just basically circles. So whatever color you want to do your paws. I'm going to do mine white. So just use the white. Like I said, any color is fine. Whoops. I'm going to use this paintbrush. It's a little bit smaller one, not a medium-sized brush. And I'm going to start at the top of my page and work my way, top of my canvas, and work my way down so my hand doesn't go in to the paint, and try not to get in the paint of the dog, because that happens if you don't watch your hands going. So, pretty basic. We're going to draw a big circle. And it does not have to be perfect. It's kind of just it's a dog's paw. So, and then we're going to do 3 circles on the top of it. 1, 2, 3. And again, you don't want it to be super perfect, because you could do all different sizes. So I'm going to do a little bit of a smaller one here. Same thing. 1, 2, 3. Super simple. And I'm going to throw a big one right here. A little bit bigger. Fill that one in. You guys can do your paws any colors, all different colors. That's the fun in it. Again, 3 circles. I'm going to throw a little one here. I'm going to sort of put one right here so it's starting behind his ear a little bit. You just don't really see the whole thing. You don't have to do it if you don't want to, because it's getting close to your dog, but I'm going to take a chance. Perfect. And then we're going to do one here. And then one. Just kind of throw those everywhere. Kind of make them go in all different ways. Make one going off the page a little bit. There we go. Oops. Down here. And now I'm thinking I don't want them in white, just because the bone's white. So I'm going to add a little bit of black into mine to make them more of a gray color, I think. Again, that's what I mean. Sometimes you end up doing something, you can switch it. It's paint, if that's the good thing here. There we go. Oops. I think I'm happy with the amount of paws I have. So like I said, I'm not happy with the color of the paws. I'm not going to do a whole bunch different. I'm just going to add a little bit of black to my white so I get more of a gray here. See if I like that better. If not, I'll just leave it and then I'll fix it later. I wasn't thinking the bone is white, but it's not a big deal, so super easy fix. If you want to keep them white, you can. Actually, it looks really cool like that, so kind of gives it, yes, it's a lot better. And if you want to do it with two other colors too, like if you have two different colors, it actually looks kind of cool with the two different colors here, so. Some of them I'm not even really going to fill it in all the way, just give it a little bit of the splash of the gray. Whoops. There we go. I hope you guys are having fun. Staying safe. Washing your hands. Wash, wash, wash. Keep those hands washed. Add a little bit more white in there. Yes, that looks good to me. So now I'm going to clean this brush off because it's my favorite brush. I like the size of it. Clean it off really, really good. And we're going to go to the eyes and nose and mouth. So we're going to need black for that. You get black paint, put that on your plate. So again, I start with the eyes up towards the top, so my hand tries to stay out of the paint and doesn't smudge over the page. So just below his ears, the bottom of his ears, in the middle of the page. Stand up. 2 little ovals. 1 and 2. And then you'll just probably have to try to play with them just a little bit. Try to make them sort of even. Just going to turn this, guys, for 1 second. So I'm just trying to get his eyes straight here. It's hard when it's turned that way. I don't have a really good setup. Anywhere else to do this. The eyes are going to end up being a lot bigger than what I wanted them to be. That's okay. So yeah, those 2. And then his nose, which is going to be quite a ways down, to probably the middle of his little cheeks here. And it's just going to be a big circle. And you just fill that in. Just going to turn it again, guys, just so I can give it a little touch up. So so. And then we're going to do the line for his little, to connect to his mouth. I'm going to do his mouth first, actually, so I know how far to go. So his mouth is just along where the little hairs stopped, his little fur coming out. So you're just going to connect those with black. There. Like so. And then we're just going to connect his nose and mouth together in a straight as you can get line. Boop. There. All right. So that's it for black. Now, we're almost done. I'm going to do his collar. Again, I'm doing red. You can do whatever color you want your dog's collar to be. And everybody can post pictures to the Oromocto SPCA of your finished product so we can all see how good everybody did. So just down about half an inch or so, wherever you want that collar to go, and go from one side right to the other. Then you're going to make it a little thicker. Do another line. Right across. There. My dog's wondering who I'm talking to, I think, over there. She's looking at me pretty funny. Alright. So that's it for whatever, for that color, whatever color you did. Now we're going to get white. So if you want to go ahead and get white out, if you don't already have it out, you probably have some out already. And I'm going to go with a little bit smaller brush. I'm going to do the white in his eyes. So over to the left-hand side over here, a little white dot, and then another little white dot here. There. Make this one bigger, I think. Okay, and then we're going to do a little white spot on his nose right in the top right hand side. There. Now, we're still going to be using white. We're going to do the bones, the bone coming out of his mouth. I'm going to go back to this brush that I like, medium-sized brush. Make sure all that color's out, whatever color you had in there last, because this is white, so you don't want your colors to streak in there, whatever color you had. You want his bone to be nice and white. Need a little bit more white on my plate. So the bone, I'm just going to start in the middle of his cheek area and just bring that in like that, and then go up and do the exact same thing. I'm going to fill it in. And we're going to add the end of the bone. So I guess it's kind of like an M, or maybe a heart, I guess is the best way. The top of a heart. There, pretty simple. You do the same thing over here. Try to keep it so that it's kind of in the same. I'm going over one of my paws. That's fine. Hope the bone is even. If not, that's okay. So you want to try to make it the same. I'm just going to turn this for a second, guys, again. Try to make it the same thickness. There. And then again, it's just going to be like you're making the top part of a heart. There you go. We'll fix his little fur coming out by where the bone comes out of his mouth. There. That was easy. Here we go. Now we have one thing left to do. I'm going to take us yellow. I'm going to do yellow for his little tag, his dog tag, or whatever color you like. I'm doing yellow. I'm just going to make a circle, not right close to his collar, but just a little bit down, like a tiny little bit. I'm just going to make that circle. And if you have a dog, you could put his name in there or whatever. It'd be cute. Put your dog's name right in there, or initials or something. That's what I'm going to do, I think. Doesn't really look like my dog, but I'm going to do it anyway. So then, we're just going to outline that with black, with a small brush. Nice small brush. Okay. Just going to connect it to the collar, and then you're just going to outline that ever so lightly. It's probably going to be It's a little tricky. You don't have to do this part if you don't want to. Some people don't like playing around with black because it messes up, but if you mess up, it's hard to cover up, but it's still, you can still cover it up. Just takes a little bit of work. There. That, and like I said, I'm going to put an M in there. My dog's name is Maisie. Probably could have painted it her color, but that's okay. So there, that's that. That's done. Oh, sorry. So the last thing. So we always sign our artwork somewhere. I always do mine on the bottom. I just do my initials. There we go. That is that. That was your virtual paint party. I hope everybody had fun. And don't forget to post the pictures of your finished products on the Oromocto SPCA site. Okay, see you later, guys.